This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw.
Hasan is currently in controversy where he has been accused of shocking his dog on stream. Good day to the Slim viewers, welcome to a brand new YouTube video. I hope you had a good day, because I certainly have. In today's video we're going to go through this entire Hasan situation from start till now and see what people are talking about. Before we get into that, if you haven't already, please consider leave like, subscribing and hit the notification bell. It really helps with the channel, especially if you do enjoy the content. But without further ado, let's get into the situation at hand. This whole situation with Hasan and his dog really originated from this clip where you can see Hasan's dog whelping in pain after Hasan moves.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
People assumed here that when Hasan had moved his hand, he was actually reaching to shock his dog, and that's why his dog whelped in pain. For this, H3 responded by saying horrific animal cruelty caught on camera by Hasan as he activates her shock collar for one tiny step off her bed. She cries in pain, poor baby. I always thought it was extremely bizarre that his young, energetic puppy never took a step off her bed. That's to be the result of some brutally strict training. After this started getting a little bit of traction on stream, Hasan denied that he ever used a shock collar.
It started on D, then H3, then LSF is the classic pipeline. I'm gonna fucking die, dude. Yes, I am incredibly abusive to the not only best trained, but also the best behaving and most spoiled dog on the planet. Is from when Kaya yelped. Yeah, she yelped because she fucking clipped herself on something when she was getting off the bed.
Which is something a lot of people were claiming. It wasn't just people just trying to claim that Hasan had brutally used a shock collar, used a bolt of lightning from Zeus himself to strike down his dog. Lots of people were also claiming that it's just possible that his dog did get themselves caught. Some people were also pointing out, without actually taking a look at the collar close up, you have actually no idea if it's a shock collar or not. But then people started posting close-ups of Hasan's dog's collar. But I mean, again, it's really obscured. You really can't tell. You would have to need a close-up view of this collar itself to actually determine what type of collar it is, if it is a shock collar or not. H3 then jumped back in the mix and posted a video over on the Clock app.
Many of you guys know that I'm a dog lover, and there are a few things that horrify me more than people that abuse their animals. These are precious creatures that need us and depend on us, and abusing that trust is such a horrible crime. A clip of Hasan Piker is going viral right now of him shocking his dog Kaya for taking one step off of her mat. Let's take a look.
On the stream also continued to deny the shock collar claims.
It's going viral that they're claiming that the most well-trained and the most spoiled, best kept after dog on the planet is actually being abused by me, apparently. Because I gave her the place command while she was getting off, and then she yelped.
The thing I'm just kind of confused with, we do know that later, of course, Hasan does end up showing the dog collar, but why isn't he just showing it immediately to try and dispel these rumors? Why isn't he just showing his stream? This is the dog collar I've got. This was the dog collar that she was wearing in this viral clip. See, it's not a shock collar, because that would just instantly dispel the rumors if they weren't true. It just seems like a real idiotic move at best to not show the dog collar immediately to dispel these rumors. It's really not that hard.
Shadows don't know she broke the other beds? Yeah. She'd broken the previous bed. Bro, that dog is being abused. 4-hour streams every day of Hasan. I can't imagine. Yeah. And I suspect it's coming from, you know, some crazy haters.
I mean, to be fair, it's definitely not just crazy haters. The entire internet, it seems at this point, is talking about this situation and discussing if Hasan did end up actually shocking his dog on that stream. It isn't just, you know, who you'd expect. People like H3. It is a lot more people.
They said you shocked her with a button. Yeah. In my evil villain lair. Good thing I didn't hit the fucking trapdoor button instead on accident. She reviewed food online. She helped. No, she went when she was getting off the bed. Because I assume she like either stepped funny or clipped her fucking foot on something. I don't know.
So, of course, from the clip, it's very clear that Hasan is adamantly denying the shock collar accusations. He's just saying that, look, this dog hurt herself when she got up. She possibly caught herself. I don't really know. So just quickly wanted to point out before moving on that Forbes has actually dropped a full article on this situation. And within this article, you have the meme photo of the dog being struck down by a bolt of lightning. And also this meme tweet of Nick Andrews talking about a comically evil button on Hasan's desk that just says shock the dog. So I'm just going to say, Forbes, well done. Hasan, of course, continued then to talk about the situation and claimed that the collar on his dog was a vibration collar.
I have multiple collars. I'm going to address the collar thing in a second as well. But I have multiple collars for Kaya, and I put an air tag on them. I put an air tag on all of her collars to make sure that, I know where she's at. And one of the collars that people are pointing to in the from previous days or from like months ago is the collar that is a vibration collar, a collar that I use specifically to communicate with Kaya when she's free roaming at the park or when she is, off leash running around.
So here Hasan is saying that no, one of the collars that you are pointing to and trying to claim is this evil, disgusting shock collar isn't. It's a vibration collar that we use to just keep this dog safe so we can communicate with her and make sure that, she isn't running off away into the distance.
Okay? Because when you leave your dog to free roam, to go out on the trail or whatever, there are going to be instances where you can yell for her to come back to do recall, but because she's so far away that she can't hear you. Okay? That's where the vibration collar comes in. It vibrates. It doesn't actually have any sort of like shocking component. Okay? And there are multiple different versions of this. There are the no bark collars that I believe both vibrate and also emit like a large sound.
Something that a lot of people were saying was, why would Hasan just shock his dog on stream? Why would he take this risk of possibly shocking his dog when ultimately surely his dog could possibly cry out in pain? Why would he possibly take that risk of getting exposed like that? And I mean, of course, like the easier rebuttal there is the fact that, we've seen people do 10 times worse things on stream than simply going over to shock their dog. But again, this is Hasan we're talking about. It would just be really weird for him to actively do this on stream.
Like a loud sound. There are shock collars as well. They all look very similar to one another. Okay? But the vibration collar is what they were pointing to. Okay? To be like, oh my God, he has a collar that he's using to abuse her and shocking her. There are a lot of dogs who use this. Okay, there are also a lot of dogs, working dogs, that use a shock collar as well.
Well, after stating that this collar that was on his dog and that people have been zooming in on and talking about wasn't a shock collar, is actually a vibration collar, Hasan then was asked on stream, well, you've explained this well, but can we actually see the collar itself? So Hasan then finally decided to show this collar.
This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate. And that's it. Are you happy? That's it. Good. There's the air tag. There's the fucking vibrator. It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime. And it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get fucking lost, you are able to, it emits a sound.
Of course, look, I'm not the fucking David Attenborough of shot collars or dog collars. I don't know about dog, I have no idea what I'm looking at here, but Nick Andros actually did a pretty helpful thread where he broke down what we're actually seeing on screen here. It's not a shot collar, it's a vibration collar. The green light, it's all there and it's clearly scratched up, so it's not something Hasan bought in the last 12 hours. If there are removable shock prongs on this model, you can now recognize the model and point out if it does or doesn't. So the collar model seems to be ET300 Mini Educator, which is an e-collar and contains optional contact points for delivering an electric stimulation, but the device also flashes red when activated, which wasn't visible in the original clip. Is this the device capable of delivering painful shocks anyway? It is also the PG300, which is a vibration only collar. Which one is it? The manual of the ET300 depicts it as having a little metal prongs sticking out of it even when you remove the removable prongs, but they're not visible in the device harness is holding. It's flat on the back. Andros then writes, I'm looking at the original stream quality footage and can kind of see what looks like black tape. Did he genuinely follow the fucking context down and just tape it over, or is this some model that doesn't come up on their website? Look, we have no idea. This could be possible, this could be the case, but we have no fucking idea. There was so much time between when this incident occurred and when Hasan actually showed us the collar. If it was like immediately after, when people started pointing it out on that stream, then yeah, there would be no doubt here because, you know, Hasan would have been on stream. There's no way that he would have been able to tamper with the dog collar, but that is a possibility because of how long it took him to actually show the collar itself. Andros then says, I thought it was over when he showed the fucking thing, but it really does kind of look like there's some tape on there. Overall, I think the Hasan abuses his dog narrative is way blown over. If you look at the VODs, the dog isn't sitting in the cot for 6 or even 3 hours straight. It's not demonstrated that he shocked the dog, and it doesn't make sense for him to have shot the dog in the original clip. It was already obeying his command to go back into the cot. I don't think it's been demonstrated that those collars are even capable of bringing a torturous shock to a dog. It would be more like a tap. However, whether the collar is shot collar or not, I still can't say one way or the other. It looks like the e-collar version, but it's flat on the back and there seems to be tape on it. Whilst all of this main dog stuff was going on, people then decided to try and dig up old clips of Hasan to either prove their point that he's some like horrific animal abuser, and then people decided to dig up some more clips to try and say that no, he's not actually. Here he's going against shot collars.
This is why shock collars are a thing. She's too far away to correct her behavior manually. She's not doing anything that bad. She's just jumping because she's excited to see my mom. And that's it. That doesn't mean that you can't remedy that situation. And you can certainly remedy that situation without a shock collar. What the fuck are you talking about? That is like... She's a 5-month-old dog.
A real random player just randomly joined the situation, being FaZe Lacey. Now they're relevant here because apparently, according to him, he had the exact same dog trainer as Hasan.
Yeah, Chet, my dog does go to the same trainer as Hasan, but he asked me if I wanted to use an e-collar, and I said no. Like when he first trained Milo, like a few months ago, he asked if I wanted to use the e-collar, and I told him no. Don't? Yeah, no, I told him that. I think what's it called? I think using an e-collar on dogs is just like, bro, you could train a dog to do things without using a shock collar.
Overall, as you can see, this situation is very much in the air, and lots of people are bickering if Hasan is actually using a shock collar or not. But I'll be very interested to see what you, the viewer, has to say about this and what your thoughts are. And if you do believe that Hasan shocked his dog in that clip, please feel free to comment down below. And watch the to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a future Slop Meal video. But I've been your host Samuel. We've been covering the Hasan dog situation, and we will catch you in the next YouTube video. Goodbye.